What's up with the squad? Back with another video. Definitely have to check this video out today, mainly because of what's going on still. And I seen this video and I was like, yeah, definitely got to check it out. Video is an original. The original video is in the description box down below, so y'all can check it out. If I didn't put it in there, I mistakenly didn't, because I usually do it as I'm uploading. Just make sure, just let me know in the comments. Just tell me, hey, Recklezz, make sure you put the, original video in there, please. I think you forgot. That's all y'all gotta say, and then I remember to put it in there as soon as I try to read everybody's comment as much as possible. But as y'all see, definitely have to check this video out just based off of the title. Let's jump right into it.
Sadly, the media has moved on from the Maui Massacre, but you and I, we're still on it. 1 month has passed since the fight. And
one thing that I can say why he said that about the media moving past it, there's good things of why, there's people, that's out here like myself and others, that still covers these things. I feel like is definitely important to, look at different stuff like this.
Fire. And have any of you seen video of a parent or of those who've lost their family? Why is this not all over the news? Are we witnessing the greatest suppression of information ever? Is this not strange? There could be over 1,000 children missing or more, and yet we're not seeing or hearing anything still to this day? Something is not right. Something like hazardous waste being removed by the EPA from Lahaina and being transported to the gun range.
I'm here at the Ukumehame gun range where the US EPA is starting to bring hazardous waste from the Lahaina burn zone here. It's coming in from trucks and then put into these 55-gallon drums.
Wow.
Now there are teams of about 80 people from the US EPA wearing white Tyvek suits. It is hot, they're in those respirators, it's very difficult work. This is the first step for cleanup before people can be allowed back into their homes. This process is expected to last several weeks to several months. Then the hazardous waste is shipped.
Now, I think my cousin left her phone out here. She's in there seeing a baby right now. I'm gonna turn that down, but I'm still listening.
To the mainland. Now, along with removing the hazardous waste, the US EPA says it does have cultural monitors to make sure that the operation in Lahaina is as sensitive as possible.
Blue 55-gallon drums being moved. Nothing to see here, right? Let's not forget when the EPA told us that Roundup was less toxic than coffee.
She actually might be mad at me because I turned the phone off because I don't want it going off again.
Let's also remember that the same chemicals that spilled during the train derailments are the same ones now being found in Maui. Volunteers are now helping to go through the remains of victims' property.
Volunteers are from an organization called Samaritan's Purse, a relief organization that's part of the Billy Graham Ministries. They're literally sifting through handfuls of ash where the owners believe some kind of precious item can be found.
Apply that, you would no longer be able to sift or to do anything on that property.
The American people are on the search for answers, and in their quest for the truth, they're discovering many things that seem unusual.
This is a video that shows tunnels and walkways, stairwells under Maui. Questions have been coming up about missing people, specifically missing children. This would be a great way to move people around without anyone seeing. But that's not the intention of me sharing this video. Although that could be a potential, I hope and pray that that is not the case and that missing children are found.
And this.
I don't think people understand how much property Oprah actually owns on the island of Maui. You look up pictures of the house and this is what you see. You see her house, a mansion with her guest house is also a mansion. But this doesn't tell the full story. Zoomed out on Google Earth, she has this exact division of property, almost 1,000 acres that she owns solely. One person owns this much property on someone else's sacred land.
That's crazy.
Nobody needs that. Her property has its own private road that only a few people can use. So when you go and you look at pictures of Oprah's house on Maui and you only see stuff like this, just know that's not her property. She owns 1,000 times more than what you're seeing. She bought all that property somehow for 6.6.
I think she owns about 800. I think it's 870 acres of land.
1,000 times more than what you're seeing. She bought all of that property somehow for $6.6 million. If you go and you estimate the value of all that acreage now in Maui, it's over $300 million. So basically, she could sell a third of that land back to the people of Maui at full market price, which is still evil, and use that $100 million to give it back to the people of Maui. No one person needs that much property of any island. It's ridiculous.
And this.
We were so concerned about what was happening in Maui.
You're so concerned about what's happening in Maui that you somehow managed to hire a private firefighting team to protect your land before the fires started. You're so concerned about what's happening in Maui that
before it started is what gets me. That's what's crazy. Before it started is what gets me. Before it started.
Instead of taking some of that land and housing even a small portion of those displaced people, you've hired a private security team to keep them off your land. You're so concerned about Maui that you simply haven't had time to denounce any of the shady real estate deals which are robbing people of everything they have. You know, like the ones you were involved in that helped you acquire that land for pennies on the dollar of what it was actually worth. You're so concerned about Maui that instead of taking what would amount to a year's salary for you and 4 or 5 of your billionaire friends, which could be used to rebuild the entire place in a matter of months, you're jumping on social media and asking the American public, most of whom can't afford to pay their rent right now, to do it for you. You're so concerned about Maui that it's more important that you get social media points than that you help.
Maui Police Chief.
We gotta get that to her. She spoke facts right there. Definitely spoke facts. I wish I had that. I don't have that video. So a lot of people be asking, "Oh, how do you find that video?" I don't know. The most I can do is put the original this video in the description box.
John Pelletier is the first non-Hawaiian to lead the police force. As per John's LinkedIn page, he graduated from the FBI National Academy. He's going to use that FBI training to carefully craft his responses when dealing with the Hawaii State Attorney General's third-party investigation that is underway.
Tonight, some of the key agencies responding to the deadly Lahaina wildfire are pledging cooperation with the State Attorney General's third-party investigation, but legal experts say for now it's all voluntary.
Well, Steph, H&N Investigates asked several agencies if their leaders would agree to be interviewed by the independent investigators. Maui Mayor Rick Bisson's office didn't respond, and so far only one leader answered our question specifically.
You aren't under a court order to compel you to say anything or to speak to anyone. It's totally, at this point, voluntary.
H&N Investigates asked the major players of the Lahaina wildfire response if they'll be interviewed by the third-party investigators. They didn't answer specifically if their leaders would be interviewed.
Speaking of the FBI, they have now released a verified list of the unaccounted people from the Maui fire.
The FBI says there are 385 people reported unaccounted for after the Lahaina wildfire, that is. It's about the same number as the first list, but most of the names are now different. The county says since the original list came out, 245 people were found safe, but 242 new names have been added. These are verified, real people with a confirmed first and last name and a contact number from the person who reported them missing.
Oh, hey, morning.
Man, definitely gotta say prayers out to those people, praying that they get found or things are okay, definitely, because that is something that's sad. Having a list of a family member, a friend, on that page, that's definitely sad. So prayers goes out to those people, whatever has happened. I'm not really sure with those people, and to the families as well.
Morning. Y'all awake? Listen to the man.
We're working 24/7 here in Florida and throughout the Southwest, Southeast, and in Maui, in Hawaii. I want to reiterate that appreciation today. I also convened my entire cabinet as part of a whole of government response. And that response is to increase the number and intensity of the extreme weather events and be wary we're going to use all the resources available to the government to do it.
If you think weather modification is yet another conspiracy, you may be in for a shock after hearing this.
So instead of controlling the narrative, we can just control the weather. Theoretical physicist Dr. Michio Kaku joins me now. So, Doctor, has the U.S. government been experimenting with weather control?
Believe it or not, the answer is yes. Well, as Mark Twain said, everyone complains about the weather, but no one ever does anything about it. Well, the government takes exception to that.
Then there's also the mystery of the cargo helicopters being spotted in the middle of the air during the Maui fires.
I found the video of the cargo helicopters in Maui during the time of the fire. Check this out. They can hold up to 55 passengers. Now, I want you guys to look at this. I'm going to show you the picture for comparison. But this was going on when they say no one was flying and no one was in the air. There were helicopters, and this looks exactly like a cargo helicopter, military. Take a good look. Let's do the comparison. Of course, there's different models that they make to carry certain things. But what do you think was really going on, guys? And where are all those people who are missing and all the children who are missing right now?
Nick Sorter said, "Hey, senators and congressmen, you've had literally the past 5 weeks off work. How about getting back to work and sending real relief aid to Maui now? Ukraine can wait."
And that's being real. Ukraine can't wait. Like, you got, like, that's what I'm talking about. Like, what I don't understand is the simple fact of Biden can literally work around every country trying to figure out, oh, what's this, what's that, but the United States. And that's what people have to realize. Like, start realizing that what's going on. Actually looking to see, oh, we need to get this president in now. We need to figure out this. It's stuff that needs to be figured out. You know, it's stuff that needs to be figured out. People need to do more of their research. People need to look at more articles, looking at these independent reporters, because the media, once it's something else, they hop on that. But we gotta figure out, you know, we gotta actually look. We gotta get more people to understand and to realize the stuff that's going on. And that's one thing that I strive to do, what's going on. And it's not even mainly, you know, of you know, weird things, and this is real stuff that's going on that I'm trying to get out so people can, you know, understand what's going on within the United States as a, you know, a citizen in America. And I feel like that's real important, to know who to vote for, to know, you know, because again, we have somebody in office that's not even caring about the American people.
After hearing another $1 billion was just sent across the world over to Ukraine, people are starting to do the math. Wall Street Apes tweeted, "The amount of money the Joe Biden administration authorized for Ukraine yesterday could have given $140,119.76 to each of the Lahaina, Maui, Hawaii victims. But of course, it's going to Ukraine. Build back better." Mitch McConnell actually said that Joe Biden has been too slow in giving more aid to Ukraine.
The president has, I think, been too slow to keep the commitments that he's made publicly, but at least he's supporting the effort. I think he could have done it more skillfully, but he is supporting the effort, and I intend to continue to support it, and I hope the majority of my colleagues will feel the same way.
White House Press Secretary Karine Jean-Pierre said it was actually planned for Joe Biden to leave the Medal of Honor ceremony before it was over.
And he left as planned, as it was.
A joke. A joke. Every time I watch, you know, this scene, right, it's a joke.
The Medal of Honor ceremony before it was over.
And he left as planned, as it was planned. He left when there was a pause in the program in order to minimize his close contact with attendees who are about to participate in a reception. And as you all reported that, noticed that he left.
This is the lady who tells stories, you know, when somebody messes up, you know, and we know that, you know, they messed up and that wasn't the right thing to do and what's going on with, but then you have somebody that tells stories. Y'all know what I mean. You know, your mom used to be like, "Are you telling stories?" Prime example right here. Telling stories is a person to be her.
When there was a pause in the program, because again, he wanted to minimize certainly his impact on folks who were there.
Lord, buddy, I'm explaining to the press, I've been tested again today. I'm clear across the board, but they keep telling me because this has to be 10 days or something, I got to keep wearing it, but don't tell them I didn't have it on when I walked in.
They feel the need to attack because they're scared that we will win based
Bro, who in their right mind is scared that, bro, listen, I'm not, bro.
They're scared that we will win based on the merit of the work that Joe Biden and I and our administration has done.
We're going to end today's video.
I want everybody to do me a favor before we end this video. First of all, I want y'all to like this video, share this video, and subscribe. The last thing I want y'all to do, make sure you hit that subscribe button if you haven't yet. Last thing I want y'all to do, it's the last thing I want y'all to do. Let me know what has Joe and his VP done. I just want to know. If it's nothing, put J and K nothing. But I'm trying to figure out, like, what this whole. Let me go back to what she said.
Because they're scared that we will win based on the merit of the work that Joe Biden and I and our administration has done.
We're going to.
I'm in the video there. Make sure y'all hit that like button, subscribe. Definitely appreciate y'all tuning in and watching this reaction. Much love to y'all. Happy Saturday. Catch y'all next one.